For skater girls who have no quit. I heard a song that made me think of you, shivering just thinking of your laugh and smile. How your warm hugs of friendship were truth in the midst of your eternal chaos. Tornadoes of past hurts bottled within, struggles to make ends meet, but on days you'd ride your board downtown, greeting folks with kindness. None of the madness mattered. When you were on your board, never bored, doing what you loved, you'll always be that tough skater girl with a golden heart, rolling through the golden path of heaven's sidewalks. In the center of his plan and place, the things I hid, passions and patience, then just here and now, when lies enter my temple from the gates of the eyes, waiting and craving more than this life has to offer, and knowing for things of more substance which way to turn, inward or outward, living for self or him up above. Daily choices of discipline is what the Father gives. Tests of Joseph, Hezekiah, and King David, run, dodge, fight, fast, pray, placing swords into hearts and hands into palms, lay prostrate in praise before a God so consuming, swords into souls, move out of ways and places of iniquity, back to where I needed to be, in the center of his plan and places. Still striving for peace that a pure heart will yield, silent to a world whose indifference is different than the one who shaped beings from dust, breathed life into nostrils, spoke the universe into being with just his mere words. In moments of downtime, making monuments of career idols, righteous decisions yield harvests of joy, knowing truly to gift him my heart. He never left me down, even when I could not say the same. My Savior, in the midst of pressure and personal strife, his gracious, precious blood covers me, soul cleanse, grime, weeping tears no more, surrender again and again daily. Fidelis. Every idol lie destroyed, holy words deployed from where I came, no hatred or blame. When I woke to my soul, you spoke, my son, turn near, I hold you dear. Live under my wing, praises you sing, I accept you now, not living foul, but sacred and consecrate. Blood manipulate, away from pain, new life I gain. The death of Charterway. It was a spring morning when the new signs went up. For 1 year, the dual signage of Charterway / MLK Boulevard were along all the watchways. Enjoying the privilege of having a dual personality, Charterway or Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard is what rang forth, telling his name aplenty. Charterway has its memories of long cruising Saturday nights, from Chevy Impala late 60 models to Honda Rice Rockets. Charter had drank up the blood of teen thugs from all sorts of sets. The groups and the hoodlums, neighbor kids, walked along the vets. From wars fighting Asians and all misery, they came home to walk the streets of Charterway, while candle-lit glasses stayed by hit-and-run victims. The people, not inanimate objects, are what the streets held. Their dreams filtered on the new name for Luther King Jr. Just like his name, the new street had its dreams of rising above the city's poverty. Dentist office, used tire shops, the taco trucks plenty. So fed and helped customers at spring morning, no fuss. The death of Charterway was gone just like that. Small businesses, along with corporate restaurant chains, still moved their commerce and goods. Few noted the sign change. It was still the hood. Coals into diamonds. They say pressure and intense heat form diamonds. When faced with pressures, physical and spiritual, looming at the side of your very being in its clutches, trying to persuade your senses of morals and values, stirring you to a ripe bout of debate. When faced with bill collectors, family obligations, and every days of this life, being absent-minded to the greater way, yielding to a life of phobias and insecurities? Where will you bring your soul when it's divorced from this grind? Second place, hearts. I imagine the life what could have been, but you said it was another dynamic. When I was a DJ and you were the dancer. Your golden brown body, swaying on stage, was all I could see. No humiliation or horror shaming. But you knew how I felt jealous. To see changing hearts no longer settling for second place hearts. All devotions have heightened to the Lord above all. No longer the same, decades beyond from whence I abandoned when I was a DJ and you were the dancer. Jesus was a carpenter with strong yet gentle hands. What kind of man would you become? A brute who demands and forces his way in life and business, the tyrant whose moral compass aims any which way with the passing breeze, wherever he pleases, selfish to his very core, passing blames to get away with anything to suit his flesh or something of honor and dignity, self-sacrificial, sympathetic warmth, a gentle spirit yet strong enough to shield transgressions, flee temptations from Jezebel's glances, responsible and responsive to other needs before your own. The Lord wants an all-consuming fire, not a tender spark that flames away. Taking paths away from his glory, we settle for golden calves and puffed up pride, instead of desperation for God. Hosea redeemed his bride from her mess. How much more does the lover of our souls redeem us more? A ministry abandoned. The office space, his cubicle, his kingdom. Keyboard scrabble, paperwork filed, neatly in place to get the report finalized. James cared more what his boss spoke than anything from God now, not looking to feel stings nor intimidating sneers of smug, puffed-up ego. The money was great. Clarifying clatter of unneeded murmurs and conversations not dealing with workplace work matters. He prayed for his soul, yet James continued in worldly labor, putting on hold the ministry, abandoned. Crossroads and fasting. He awoke to groggy eyes. Today, day 2, of fasting and prayer. A bit lightheaded, but he wanted to see through to the end of the week. There were questions left unanswered, personal goals and vain ambitions he needed to put away for more glorious things. Was he to be that man? Was he to forsake a semi-life of his own creation forever? Still holding the camera in hand, Bible in the other, he was left that morning at a crossroads. Still. Do hearts belong to mammon? When the money's not there, you begin to question, did I make the right choice? Choose values that don't profit instead of caressing the values of God's prophets? My choice to choose left me without those bright and shiny things that used to bring me great puffed up pride. I stand alone with those lies of false mammon, little trinkets that produce nothing but empty squanders, holding and clenching the dust of vain ambitions to only get older and colder, clawing for more filthy lucre. Then I step out of it. Lies upon falsehoods, dense picture-perfect portraits of keeping up with the Joneses never suffice. There will always be another car, home, career, or other false idol to try and fill that God-shaped hole that only was meant for my Christ. Horizons. Never thought it'd connect to the season of life. Always indifferent to it all. Deliver a peace so still, with each gray hair and wrinkle, showing a few decades past any youthful glow, to reach this middle age. No longer chasing unrequited loves or alphabet regrets, serenity and solitude become a norm. Found a friend, not foe, in God, who never tires nor slumbers at stories unfolded. He shares essence of his good nature while I climb branches upon his giving tree. That cross facilitates joyous bliss, eternal kindness, living and giving more and taking less and less, testing and tasting. The Lord is good. No, better than good in the stage of life. No matter what challenges or to tackle or gates to storm through, He's beside me. I hide from swine under the shadow of His fierce name's wing. The power of grace bring rejuvenation. Adonai. Plastic gods and mangoes. The plastic gods of Visa and MasterCard tried to be my masters, ruled my soul. Pocketbooks, every drop of sweat from brow went to feed the altars of the plastic gods for way too long. While the times went by, a wasteful transactions, consumerism of everything not bolted down, buying time, wasting lives, to pay these digital debt scolders, leaving no peaceful soliloquies. Reaping. Anger and frustration at what I had done. Consequences that will last a lifetime. People say that these experiences will mold me into your image, yet my carnal self cannot see the vision you attempt to present me. Needing you more and more, help me, Lord, not only with prosperity, but with power, strength, and grace. Discipleship. You are the one who showed me my sin, not with a finger pointed, no blame assigned, but still you call me home. I turn away time after time, not wanting to bear my cross, though I know the price has been paid, death gone forever, pain gone, left at your altar, and yet I find myself sinking in the storm when my eyes fall off of you. The shepherd calls. I hear you at times. The clarity can be so intense at times. The blood purifies all the accusations of eternal strife. Breaking barriers, sometimes slow, the heat of your calling soothes my ear, blocking the accusations spread across my mind, for past lies, for past failures, for stupid mistakes. My only hope pierces the air with cries of thanksgiving. We have no answers to selfish prayers. Pleads and bargains for you to answer selfish prayers, to consume upon our own desires, not truly asking your will be done, not sharing your joy, but our wants instead. Though you have always provided our needs of food and clothing, as eternal love shines in all its glory upon our bodies, we still ask for the things that Demas craved. Pioneer Waterways. She had a dream of what could have been a Delta boardwalk built in 1991 off the waterfront boulevard, filled with rides, games, restaurants, and all types of amusements, called Pioneer Waterways. It was supposed to be, but not approved by the city council. Quite a shame to go to waste, revenues filtering into this 209 city, while the citizens rejoice in having some fun, a place filled with laughter, instead of the tears of murders, which it is known for. Goodbye, Tatiana. He said goodbye to Tatiana for good. She merely dismissed his explanation as a temporary notion. That same handshake was the same hand that would caress her hips, linger too long across her back. His lips in farewell were the same ones that kissed her ghostly pale skin. But he wanted more. He yearned for God. And Tatiana was not in that soul space. So all ties bound need to be torn away. With a roll of her eyes, he walked away, back into the arms of his beloved.